Gamers continue to be attacked by racist, woke, insane game developers and fake journalists, or to steal a phrase from the quartering, urinalists, as they are the ones that continue to stoke the flames of Gamergate 2. Those same people also continue to brag about excluding men, specifically white men, from their games and companies.
That's racist.
This is just further proof that the gaming community at large cannot rest until every single one of these weirdos lose their jobs.
Off is a direction you can
I'm Troy from Marks on Games, and today we're talking about the ghouls in the gaming industry threatening a purge and actively following through with it in some cases, and striking back against gamers who aren't buying into their crap any longer. Now, on with the story. The links to the articles I'm covering can be found in the video description. Sunlight is always the greatest disinfectant. The only issue is, once sunlight gets shown on a festering issue, the infection itself tries to fight back with a vengeance.
Shut up about the sun! Shut up about the sun!
We were never supposed to see what these weirdos were doing. We were supposed to be good little consumers, slopping up their crap from a feeding trough and then waiting to do it again with next product.
How about new?
Well, these freaks got exposed for jackhammering their political agendas into games, actively worsening games, and openly despising their own customer base.
Not a great plan.
Because of that, they all cried harassment and dubbed the mass awakening of gamers Gamergate 2. What is their latest attempt at shutting gamers up and quashing dissent? Let's go to an article from Bounding Into Comics for some reference on that. It's titled, BBC gaming presenter Jules Hardy calls for current Sweet Baby Inc. disclosure to end with a final purge of ideological opponents from the medium.
Take a big step back and literally your own face!
I'm not going to rehash the entire Sweet Baby Inc. controversy in any long form. I've done a video on that you can reference. The TLDR version is that a video game narrative consultant company, Sweet Baby Inc., has been pushing developers to wokeify their games. A Steam curator found out and made a list of all the games that SBI was involved in.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
SBI got pissed and attacked this guy and called for others to do the same. People didn't like that, fought back against SBI, and SBI cried and shouted, harassment!
I have done nothing wrong, ever, in my life.
Getting into this new article, however, BBC game presenter Jules Hardy has suggested a final purge of gamers critical of
diversity, equity, and inclusion,
aka DEI, in the video game industry.
It's a white flag, and you may as well start waving it right now,
The only
Leslie.
thing I will be waving is your decapitated head on a stick in front of your weeping mother.
Responding to a tweet from narrative consultant company Black Girl Gamers about creating a Steam curator page, Hardy retweeted and called for a purge of these gamers to return to a positive gaming community.
But you, sir, are a nitwit.
This just shows that Hardy doesn't know the first damn thing about gamers or the gaming community. The tweet exchange stemmed from a user accusing Black Girl Gamers of defending Sweet Baby Inc., which, as I explained, is a DEI-focused consultation company with whom they allegedly work.
Ew, 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 ew.
However, Black Girl Gamers clarified that they have never collaborated with Sweet Baby Inc. and criticized the assumption as
racist.
Of course, Hardy's response indicated a desire to move past debates like Gamergate and focus on fostering a positive gaming environment.
Okay.
Even though these very people are creating Gamergate and anything even resembling that.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Gamers are simply saying, we want to know who's pushing DEI so we can not buy their products. We want to be informed consumers. And these narrative companies and fake news game urinalists can't have all of that. Keep your head in the trough, pigs. While there's no public record of collaboration between Black Girl Gamers and Sweet Baby Inc., BGG has defended SBI against the recent backlash.
You contribute nothing to society!
They see their engagement as presenting an opposing narrative to combat those who they claim are trolls and to show support for companies like Sweet Baby Inc., who work in a similar space promoting
diversity and inclusion
in gaming. Isn't that the problem?
Yup.
I have no issue with diversity in games. I have no issue with including different types of people in games. No, I don't want every character in my games to be white or a white male. That would be super boring. But I also don't want companies openly pushing their leftist political agendas on everyone, actively uglifying characters, and being openly hostile towards white men.
You're wrong and I hate you.
Is that too freaking much to ask? Apparently it is, because if that's not enough, Unleashed Games founder and CEO Irina Pereira is facing backlash after boasting about excluding white male characters from the upcoming game Haven.
That's racist.
Pereira is also a former developer for Activision Blizzard, so, you know, that tracks.
This guy.
One of the worst gaming companies in the world for their well-known discriminatory and disgusting behind-the-scenes practices employed a loony like this.
You.
For reference, we're looking at an article from That Park Place about all of this. In a now-deleted post on X, Pereira highlighted the absence of white male characters in the alpha build for Haven, emphasizing the importance of
representation
in games. She defended her decision, stating that the industry lacks diversity and that the exclusion was a deliberate choice to experiment with character selection.
That's racist. Damn.
These X posts are simply indefensible.
Inconceivable.
Look at this garbage thread. Quote,
"Just wait until they notice that none of our starting characters in our alpha build are white males. None out of 6. Have at it."
Arms crossed emoji.
Again, I will say representation matters, and I don't know how many games have lacked female characters or created gameplay penalties for being a female character, or created vertex shading on white skin to represent people of color. Representation matters. Inclusivity is not the same as racism. Enjoy hating on me for today. I'll go back to making games.
End quote. As I said before, I'm all for diversifying stuff. The novel I'm currently writing is very diverse as far as skin color, races, etc. But why is this some huge bragging point? No one will ever buy your games based on diversity.
Nobody.
They don't watch TV shows or movies based on that either, and that's been proven over and over, as I've mentioned in previous videos.
Fact.
On top of that, you don't just tout your diversity, but you tout a lack of one very specific kind of person. Then, when you get backlash, you get snarky and self-righteous about it, snarfing copium and your own farts like it's your job.
Could you lick my balls?
What a loser. Speaking of copium, she proves that she just doesn't get it.
I understand nothing.
With replies like this, when someone said, "Imagine if you wrote black males. How would that look? Equality, not equity." Quote,
"Considering that about 95% of video game characters are white and male, a poor representation of diversity of actual players, I thought it would be a fun experiment. We started with all female characters."
End quote. Again, you are openly antagonizing and excluding one specific kind of person and bragging about it.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
What a freaking Looney Tune. She also openly mocked X users who said it sounded overpriced, telling them to not play her stupid game.
Okay.
Pereira also went on to post about females sharing experiences of having their periods while at the Game Developers Conference merchandise store. When called out for it, she again coped and completely missed the point, replying with, quote,
"Are women not allowed to have conversations about uniquely female biological functions? It's not like we turned it into a game, but maybe we should."
End quote.
May God have mercy on us all.
My wife has mentioned period pains and discussed certain things with her mother, sister, and some close friends, but they don't go and brag about it on social media, acting like this is some sort of interesting thing that we all need to freaking know.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Also, I'm going to assume that it's ironic that Irina Pereira throws around terms like uniquely female biological functions when she probably holds views contrary to what female is and the term female biological function.
Ha! Gay!
There's much more to this, but I'll spare you. If you want to see it, you can go for more dribble on That Park Place. They've got it all screenshotted. This is just further proof that the rot goes way, way, way down into the gaming industry, and that gamers need to have their heads on a swivel and their eyes fully open when dealing with this crap.
So look sharp.
Just like cancer, gamers need to give the industry a healthy dose of chemotherapy and rid the body of the gaming community and gaming industry at large of these weirdos.
Get the out!
Then, once they're gone and the gaming community is, to stick to the reference, in remission, we need to start gatekeeping. I'll say this very loud for the ones in the back to hear. Gatekeeping is a good thing. It's a necessary thing. It should be done and enforced strictly in all fandoms and hobbies. We've seen what happened in the last 10 or so years when we have loosened up on gatekeeping and allowed any normie out there who actively hates what we love to enter into our spaces. They enter in and destroy it for us to never enjoy ever again. And then they force us out.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Again, we need to gatekeep and gatekeep hard. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. Comment with your thoughts on all of this. Did you know that the rot went so freaking deep in the gaming industry? Do you think this is as common as I'm saying it is? Or do you think it's only a minority of people at various gaming companies? Will you be avoiding games that these people work on? Or do you not care at all? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, please share this video around to everyone you know, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that little bell to be notified every time we post brand new content. I've been Troy from Marks on Games, and we'll see you next time.